Hey, this is Nikki with Nana's Quilt Cottage. Well, this is part 4 of our Cheer and Merriment tip videos. So we're sharing tips on making the Cheer and Merriment cozy quilt. Oops, there went my block. So we're making this block here, and this was the one we made this past week in our Block of the Month class. So these videos I've been making are both for you and for my students who are in my class. But I wanted to give you some tips on how I made this block. Again, if you want to make this quilt, you'll need to purchase this pattern. We have patterns here available as well as kits currently. This is November of 2022, so right now we have them. If you're watching this video 6 months from now, no promises, all right? But I just want to share you a couple tips on making this quilt block. So this is block A in the Cheer and Merriment Cozy Quilt. So we did the blocks out of order for a reason of I was going by building skills. So we started the easiest blocks and then we've moved on to more complicated blocks. This month's block and last month's are kind of tied for me, but I felt this one was the last one we should end with. And then I'll make one more tip video on putting all the rows together, some tips on that. So here's what I did. Outside of what was in the pattern already, I used the mini simple folded corners ruler by Doug Lekos. I love this ruler. It is so much fun. So you may remember I used the Ultimate Flying Geese ruler to make some units previously on other blocks. This is the other ruler I used. Now, do you have to have this ruler to make this quilt? Absolutely not. Does it make it easier or change it up a little bit? Yes, it does. And that's why I want to show you this one. So in the pattern, what it tells you to do is to take your rectangle, take your square, make sure I get this right, and it tells you to put it on top of it and sew on the line. So draw a line on the back of your square, sew on the line, and then flip it out, right? Easy peasy. But what if you could eliminate one step? So instead of having to draw that line, what I do with my simple folded corners ruler is I lay the square on here, lay my rectangle down, I lay the square pretty to pretty, matched up at the top, and maybe we can zoom in so you can see this a little bit. I lay the ruler on top of it like this, and I cut this side off, and then I just sew. And then what it gives me is that unit perfect. I didn't have to draw a line, okay? So then I sew that and my unit comes out perfect. I also get a whole bunch of bonus little half square triangle units that are so stinking cute, right? Make a mug rug out of them, something extra. But anyway, this is what my unit looks like. So that's what I use to make all these. I call these either picket fence or I call them snowball corners. Maybe that's what you call them. Different people call it different things. It's a simple folded corner is what it is. So I use that to make this block. I use that for these units, for this unit here, and for this unit on the long piece. The other part it tells you to do is up here to make these half square triangles, just to draw the line and sew a 1/4 inch on each side. I absolutely did that. And when I sewed it kind of scant. Then I'll cut it apart and I will trim them up to the size listed in the pattern. Okay, so the block goes together really easy. One more tip I want to show you is on this long rectangle, you have some short rectangles as well. You want to make sure that you put the cream background square going the same direction on both. Okay, you see how on this other rectangle it goes the opposite way? So when you do the short one, you want to make sure, I don't know where I put my short one. I had another short one here done. That it's going the same exact direction. So when I go to put that unit on, I'll use one with the line on it just so you can see it. Okay, I want to make sure it's going the same direction. That is what makes the pinwheel effect in the center of the block. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Check out some of our other content here on YouTube. We have a lot of fun projects and other blocks from this quilt. Thanks for watching. Remember, get creative at Nana's.